You're about to discover the most unbelievable and surreal places that Earth, and even the universe, has ever hidden. Seen so insanely beautiful, they look like they came straight out of a dream or a sci-fi movie. But what most people don't know is that behind these breathtaking landscapes, there are stories of courage, mystery, and secrets that could change the way you see the world forever. And at the end of this video, I'll reveal a village so unbelievable, it almost seems like it doesn't exist. But it's real, and it's going to challenge everything you think about happiness and simple living. Get ready to embark on an impossible journey. Want to find out which places will blow your mind? Then stick with me until the very end. Imagine a place so vast and bright, it looks like a giant mirror reflecting the sky. So perfect that even astronauts have used this landscape to navigate in space. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? But it's real. Right in the middle of Bolivia, there's one of the most surreal and mesmerizing sights on the planet, the Uyuni Salt Flat. And that's just the beginning of our journey through places you'll swear are straight out of a dream. The Uyuni Salt Flat in Bolivia is the largest natural mirror in the world, covering about 10,582 square kilometers at an altitude of 3,656 meters, visible even from space, and used to calibrate satellites and guide the Apollo 11 astronauts in 1969. During the rainy season, a thin layer of water covers the salt, creating a perfect mirror-like surface. Sand, jungle, or cars vanish in this surreal landscape. One of its curiosities is in Kawasi Island, an ancient volcano rising out of the salt, home to giant cacti that grow only about 1 centimeter per year. This mix of grandeur and fragility turns the Salar into an out-of-this-world destination, inviting anyone who witnesses it to question what's real and what's just imagined. Moving on to Antelope Canyon in Arizona, you'll find one of the most unreal and photographed places on the planet. Carved over millions of years into Navajo sandstone by flash floods and wind, the canyon narrows into angled chambers, where light glides over smooth curves, creating beams that dance on the reddish walls. The place is still alive. After heavy rains, the canyon literally changes shape. Its depth and the texture of the walls shift within hours. It's an almost poetic scene, where natural stone sculptures seem to emerge, and every visit reveals a new, impossible nature. Off the coast of Australia, Lake Hillier flaunts an almost surreal pink hue, a pink mirror that stays vibrant even when its water is collected in a container. Measuring about 600 meters by 250 meters, it's surrounded by a paperbark forest and a narrow strip of yellow dunes, creating a striking color contrast, formed by Dunaliella salina algae and halophilic bacteria, with salinity comparable to the Dead Sea. It's an impossible destination where science plays at natural painting. The best view is from the air. From above, the water looks like liquid cotton candy framed by green and blue. Now, if you think beauty is all that matters, get ready to discover places where every step could be your last. Trails that push your fear to the limit, cliffs that seem to defy gravity, and volcanoes burning with an otherworldly blue flame. These destinations aren't for just anyone. They'll test whether you truly have what it takes to be brave. In the heart of China, the Huashan Trail, also known as the Trail of Death, winds along sheer cliffs at 2,155 meters above sea level, anchored by wooden planks and rusty handrails. The danger isn't just for show. The dizzying heights and history of accidents make this impossible destination a symbol of facing fear head-on. Here, it's not just about conquering a mountain, it's about challenging yourself. For those brave enough to take it on, non-slip shoes, grip gloves, and headlamps are recommended. Night hikes are common among the most experienced, and most importantly, never underestimate the wind or your own fatigue. Every step is a choice. In Norway, Trolltunga juts out like a stone tongue suspended over the abyss. The hike to get there is a 20 to 27 kilometer journey that takes between 8 and 12 hours of intense walking over rugged terrain and unpredictable weather. Although it looks like a surreal scene on social media, it's a place where preparation is a matter of safety. Gear like waterproof boots, windbreakers, and trekking poles are essential. The best months to visit are from June to September, and many choose to camp overnight to split the route into 2 days. Here, physical fitness isn't a luxury. It's your ticket to the breathtaking view that makes the effort worthwhile. In Indonesia, Mount Ijen holds a beauty as deadly as it is mesmerizing. Its blue flames, visible only in the dark, burn sulfur at over 600 degrees Celsius. The climb requires activated charcoal masks, or industrial filters, headlamps, and plenty of drinking water. Many attempt the hike on a whim, unaware that the toxic air and the heat of the acidic lake demand more than courage. They demand awareness. This otherworldly destination shows how impossible nature can be, both stunning and ruthless. And just like in life, only those who truly prepare come back with stories, not scars. What if I told you there are caves that glow in the dark like a starry sky, or giant crystals that look like they're from another planet? Get ready to discover natural wonders so incredible they'll blow your mind and challenge everything you think is possible. Beneath the surface of New Zealand, the Waitomo glowworm caves are the embodiment of an otherworldly destination. Formed about 30 million years ago in oceanic limestone, these caves connect through rivers and chambers like the cathedral and the banquet chamber, whose acoustics have hosted choral concerts. In complete darkness, thousands of Arachnocampa luminosa glow with a blue-green light, hanging from the ceiling like stars in a silent underground sky. It's one of the most poetic, surreal landscapes on Earth, a place that doesn't seem real until you hear the veil of light moving over the water. Rising from Mexico is the Cave of the Crystals, a true stone kingdom where giant selenite crystals tower like glowing spires. Found about 300 meters underground, some crystals reach up to 12 meters long and weigh around 55 tons, the result of over 500,000 years of growth in hot mineralized water heated by underlying magma. The extreme heat, up to 58 degrees Celsius, and 99% humidity make the site nearly inaccessible, with visits limited to just 10 minutes even with special equipment. It's a striking example of impossible nature that demands respect, not just superficial fascination. In Maranhão, Brazil, the Lençóis Maranhenses rise like a fluid spectacle between desert and ocean. The park stretches over 155,000 hectares of white dunes that fill during the rainy season with crystal-clear freshwater lagoons, some emerald green, others nearly opaque, sustaining fish and reflections that mesmerize. In 2024, it was recognized as a UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site, becoming a landmark of global beauty and conservation. Visitors say you can walk on dry sand, take a swim between salt mounds, and feel like you're in an unreal place, lost between rivers and dreams. After so much adventure, let's slow down and step into places where the tranquility is so intense, it feels magical. Lakes that look like paintings, islands with trees that seem from another world, and sacred mountains where silence speaks louder than words. It's peace for the soul, the body, and the mind. Moraine Lake in Canada looks like it was hand-painted with celestial pigments. Located in Banff National Park and fed by the melting of the Rocky Mountains, its surreal turquoise color comes from rock flour, tiny glacier particles that float in the water and reflect light in a unique way. Surrounded by pine trees, snowy peaks, and a sharp silence, it's the kind of surreal landscape that seems impossible to exist outside of a painting. The best time to visit is between July and September, when the lake is fully thawed. Trails like the Rockpile Trail offer the classic postcard-worthy view, with free and well-marked access. In Socotra, Yemen, reality takes on alien shapes. With over 300 endemic plant species, the island is home to the dragon's blood trees, with umbrella-shaped canopies and red sap. The island is only accessible by sporadic flights through mainland Yemen or charters from Egypt. To enter, you need a special visa and must follow strict environmental rules. Carrying seeds, shells, or disturbing the species is prohibited. It's an otherworldly destination protected by natural isolation, where eco-camps and simple villages are the only lodging options. The peace here doesn't come from silence, but from the strangeness. Everything is so extraordinary that the mind falls silent. Mount Fuji in Japan is a giant that watches, never forces itself upon you. Standing 3,776 meters tall, it's as revered as it is feared, considered sacred for over 1,000 years. The most popular route is the Yoshida Trail, open from July to September, with huts for rest and food along the way. The full climb takes between 5 to 10 hours, depending on your fitness level. It's recommended to bring thermal clothing, flashlights, and gloves, as temperatures drop sharply at night, even in summer. Though it feels like an unreal place, the most powerful experience isn't reaching the summit. It's watching the sunrise from there, a phenomenon called goraiko, that many Japanese describe as spiritual. But the true magic isn't just in nature. It's also in the hands and faith of the people. Discover cities carved into stone, temples that tell stories of gods and men, and ancient civilizations that left an unforgettable legacy. It's proof that humanity can reach the divine. Petra, in Jordan, wasn't built. It was carved. The Nabateans, a nomadic Arab people who controlled trade routes between the Arabian Peninsula and the Mediterranean, raised this city amid canyons, like someone engraving a poem in stone. They transformed sandstone into temples, tombs, and complex water systems, creating an unreal place where commerce, art, and faith coexisted in harmony. Petra was a living city, and every carved wall carried deep spiritual meanings. It was as if the architecture itself was a sculpted prayer. The sacred spaces not only housed rituals, but guided feelings of reverence. The Syke, the narrow path leading to the treasury, feels like a visual metaphor for the spiritual journey, dark and silent until it opens into wonder. Machu Picchu, hidden among the mountains of Peru, was an astronomical and spiritual sanctuary of the Inca Empire. It's said to have been more than just a city. It was a ceremonial center where sky and earth met. The Incas believed mountains were living gods, the Apus, and designed their city to align with the cycles of the sun, moon, and constellations. Every stone placed in Machu Picchu reveals ancient wisdom about time, nature, and transcendence. The city is an impossible destination that survived colonization because it remained hidden, as if the gods protected it until the world was ready to rediscover it. There, spirituality wasn't separate from daily life. It was in the stairs, terraces, and winds. Angkor Wat in Cambodia is more than the largest temple in the world. It's a labyrinth of faith carved in stone, where the Khmer Empire blended Hinduism and Buddhism in a cosmic dance. Built in the 12th century, this complex has over 1,000 structures adorned with detailed bas-reliefs that tell myths, battles, and the creation of the universe itself. The main temple symbolizes Mount Meru, the sacred center of the cosmos according to Hindu belief. Angkor Wat was simultaneously the political, religious, and cultural heart of a civilization that believed its kings were living gods. Its symmetry, its towers, its reflection in the water at dawn. Everything seems designed to remind us that humanity can reach the divine. It's a surreal landscape where stone, faith, and time blend until they disappear. And to wrap up this journey on a high note, I'm taking you to a hidden village high in the Himalayas, where time feels like it doesn't exist. Luxury means nothing, and happiness is measured in a way you've never imagined. A place that will make you rethink everything you know about life and the essence of being human. Amid the Himalayan mountains, where the thin air turns every breath into meditation, there's a village tucked away in the Gasa district of Bhutan. There, people live without luxury, without hurry, without Wi-Fi, but with a peace that feels like it belongs to another world. Bhutan values gross national happiness over GDP, placing spiritual well-being above material wealth. Stone and wooden homes nourish a community that shares food from the land and stories by the fire at night. It's an unreal place for those who measure worth in numbers, but overflowing with presence. The scenery commands reverence: terraced rice fields, barefoot children running with fluttering prayer flags, monks meditating beneath sacred pines. Time here isn't marked by clocks, but by silent offerings. Visitors who arrive expecting grand monuments leave deeply moved by kindness and the richness of a shared life. It's not just a surreal landscape. It's an impossible destination where the essential still pulses in people's eyes. Because in that hidden village, the most extraordinary thing isn't the view. It's rediscovering what it means to be human. That village has a name, and you need to know what it is. In a world obsessed with luxury and technology, Lunana shows that the most incredible places aren't always found in travel guides, but in the simplest of connections. And that's the end of this journey, through the most incredible, surreal, and story-filled places that seem impossible, but are very real. If these landscapes already blew your mind, then go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. And tell me in the comments, which of these places do you dream of visiting, or what impossible destination should I bring in the next video? Until the next adventure.